experiential and immersive learning. Earlier, multidisciplinary universities imparted study of law through the law faculty or department of law, and they stuck to the lecture method, which was theoretical learning, and experiential learning was left as best suited to on-the-job training under experienced seniors or jurists. In 1988, with the advent of the 5-year integrated course, another 1987, and soon thereafter introduced MOOTI. A student here gets polished in the vibrant environment. He or she understands the importance of having conceptual clarity, the application of law, and the ability to prevent innovative solutions to legal was the first game in which law students participated by role playing. In fact, they do today. We continue with moot courts. And there may be many approaches to impart legal education, but nothing creates, I personally feel, a top-notch law professional like a moot court exercise. I wish all the participants the very best of luck for their for the competition, and thank you. It's my pleasure to be here amongst you all. Jai Hind.
As Preram sir has conveyed, let the spirit of competition always be with us. Thank you so much, sir. I now invite Ms. Fatima Ibrahim, Faculty Coordinator, Moot Court Committee, SLS CUSAT, to deliver the vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
A cheerful morning, Honorable Mr. Justice Kausar Edapagat and other dignitaries of this session. With all the motivational and inspirational words from our distinguished dignitaries, the spirit of competition is thick in the air. Let me take this opportunity to start with the duty bestowed upon me. On behalf of School of Legal Studies and Surana International Attorneys, I extend our deep-felt gratitude to Honorable Mr. Justice Kausar Edapagat, Judge, High Court of Kerala, for his valuable presence by inaugurating this session. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and for those insightful words. Next, I take this opportunity to thank Professor Dr. K.C. Sunny, Dean, Faculty, School of Legal Studies, for being part of this session and for all his supports in all other academic activities of our department. Thank you, sir. Mr. CUSAT, Partner, Dispute Resolution and Head, Academic Initiative, Surana and Surana International Attorneys, with whom School of Legal Studies have been collaborating for a couple of years now. Sir, we extend our gratitude for making us part in your team and also for your involvement in this session. Thank you, sir. Dr. Preeta S., Director, School of Legal Studies, needs no special mention. She is the one who is leading our Moot Court Committee. Thank you, ma'am, for your endless guidance. I also take this opportunity to thank Mr. Johnson Christie, Manager, Special Project Academic Initiative, Surana and Surana, and other team members of Surana, Dr. Fee, Moot Court Committee Faculty Coordinator of School of Legal Studies, the Student Moot Coordinators, Vaisha, KP, and Abarna Krishnan, other volunteers, faculties, staffs, and most importantly, all the participants for being part of this session. As we have already stepped the 5th Surana and Surana School of Legal Studies CUSAT Dr. A.T. Markose MemorialTechnology Law Moot Court Competition 2025. Let us all spread the spirit of true competition and may the best team win. Once again, I thank you all for being part of this inaugural session.
Thank you, Fatima, ma'am. With that, we come to the end of the inaugural ceremony. Thank you all for your presence. I would now request the participants to kindly stay back as we will be proceeding with the formal registration followed by lot picking and orientation. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Johnson, sir, shall we proceed with the registration?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. So we will now begin with the registration process. I request Ms. Nandana Krishnan and Mr. Rohit, members of the Mood Court Committee, School of Legal Studies, CUSAT, to please assume control of the proceedings.
Thank you for the introduction, Jewel. A very warm and pleasant morning to everyone present here. With the successful inauguration of the 5th Surana and CUSAT School of Legal Studies, Dr. A.T. Markose Memorial Technology Law Moot Court Competition 2025, we are now ready to proceed with the formal registration process. We will begin with a roll call, and I request all the participating teams to be prepared with their ID cards for verification. While we have already received your team composition and designated positions, if any team wishes to swap their position right now, kindly inform us during this roll call. As I call out each team, please confirm your presence and display your ID cards on camera for verification. If everything is clear, we'll begin now. TC number 1, speaker number 1, Ira Bishnoi.
Yes, ma'am.
Shambhavi, please show your ID to the camera so that we can verify. Closer to the camera, please. Thank you. TC number 2, speaker number 2, Khushi Jain.
preliminary rounds will be decided based on the number of win points, or the number of win points plus aggregate draw points. This win points is based upon the 2 rounds of preliminary rounds, or the win points plus aggregate draw points, and in case of tie, minus of memorial marks. The aggregate draw points will, as you may be aware, for the award categories, the winning team will get rupees 20,000. The runners-up team will get rupees 15,000, and for the best memorial, rupees 5,000. Second best memorial, rupees 2,500. The best student advocate award will receive rupees 5,000, and the second best student advocate award will receive rupees 2,500. The student counsel may introduce her or himself to the court in the usual manner and also state her or his names. However, the team's college or institution affiliation may not be mentioned at any time before the valedictory. The participants, the councils are requested to mention the names as well, as I told you, because when you denote or represent you or as speaker 1 or speaker 2, you will be required to again type in the chat box before the session starts, and depending on the speaker 1 name and the speaker 2 name, your scores will be added correspondingly. So please, and the court officer will be ensuring that the participants are entering their competition code, and that will be listed to your score sheets. The policy for the virtual rounds: all the participants are required to maintain the courtroom demeanor, and mandatorily you are required to join with your laptops or desktops, and in no circumstances join with any other devices. Each team are required to join the courtroom at least 15 minutes before the scheduled time of commencement of each oral rounds. All the participants are required to turn on your camera throughout the session, and your microphone shall be firmly positioned throughout the oral round so that you show to the speakers and to ensure their voices are clearly audible. All participants must keep the cameras on all time during the rounds, and at the time when one participant is speaking, non-speakers are requested to keep the microphones alone muted to avoid disturbances in the proceedings. And in case of a loss in internet connection, each team will be given a reasonable time to reconnect. And if the problem still persists, the decision made by the committee shall be final and binding. In the event where one or both of the speaker could not join due to connectivity issue, the team may be disqualified from the competition, and under no circumstances can other member of the team be allowed to switch roles. Where a team does not appear within 10 minutes of the scheduled time for the round shall proceed as ex parte. And if a team wishes to refer to any compiled research materials, that is a compendium, such material should have been forwarded to the organizing committee's email ID, that is slsmcc@cusat.ac.in. At the end, I will answer all the queries. There will be a live streaming of the finals and valedictory through the YouTube link. The decision of the judges shall be final and binding. Now, can I request the organizing committee to share the screen with the prototype fixtures? Dear participants, when the organizing committee is going to share the fixtures, you can see that the fixtures has been created to ensure transparency with the competition codes. Till now, you have been represented as TC, and from now onwards, you're going to be represented with your new competition codes, that is going to be TL. And you can also see that for each preliminary rounds, that is preliminary round 1 and 2, the power matchup has been allotted for each code rows. This prototype fixture will also be shared to all the members, all the participants for your reference. Okay, so the teams can properly take note of the team codes which is going to be allotted now. And now I request the organizing committee to screen share the pair generator.
All right.
Yeah,
So
on
now we'll be
the team codes, and on the right you can see the competition codes. It has been entered with all the 20 participating teams. Can you scroll down? The pairs are yet to be generated. So I request now the team to click the generator pairs. You can see the TC codes versus TL codes being generated. I request the team to once again generate pairs. Yeah. So this is the composition of team codes versus the TL codes. The same will be copied and pasted in the chat box. Request all the teams to take note of your respective team codes versus competition codes. TC9 is going to be represented as, can you please go up? Yeah, TC9 is going to be represented as TL15, and TC13 is going to be represented as TL19. So request the OC member to please copy and paste the composition of the team codes versus TL codes in the chat box, so that the teams are able to take note of the new competition codes. Mr. Are you ensuring that all the 20 teams has been copy pasted here? Is it okay?
all good, sir.
Okay. Now, I would request all the members, all the participants to properly take note of your competition codes. And when you rejoin for the competition counts, all the participants part to remember that your identity will be in a format called CSR, that is your competition code. For example, your competition code will be TL1, a space TL01, a space your site, P to represent as a petitioner, or R as representing as respondent, and with a space you have to mention speaker 1, speaker S1, or so the display names has a petitioner or respondent with your competition code and your site specified appropriately. The schedule of the competition, the team code versus competition code will also be shared by the OC team along with the wish fixer shortly. And most importantly, all the teams are requested to modify your memorials submitted with the team codes to just rename your team codes with your new competition codes along with the compendium if you're submitted anything, both the memorials, petitioner and respondent memorial copies, the Word document and PDF documents, and send to the same two email IDs, slsmcc at cusat.ac.in and aa@loindia.com, which you had sent earlier. Your memorials with the competition codes and your, if any, compendium with the competition codes are to be sent to the organizing team within 30 minutes from the closure of this session. On receiving your memorial with the competition codes will only be exchanged. So the teams are requested not to delay to start modifying your competition codes and send immediately so that you are able to get your memorials exchanged according to the fixtures which was shown earlier. Now I would request the OC team to again screen share the fixtures so that the teams can take note according to their competition codes. You can see that TL1 will be the petitioner and TL11 will be the respondent in courtroom 1 for the preliminary round 1, and simultaneously for the second round TL1 will be the respondent and TL20 will be. So and they will meet in courtroom number 10. Verify that you are getting the appropriate petitioner and respondent memorials of your opponents. codes and send it to the both the email IDs. Which has been put up to organize the competition, and importantly, the Spirit of Surana form is to nominate for the Spirit of Surana award category. Yes. The Spirit of Surana award category. The Spirit of Surana awards is to be nominated by the teams participating. It can be on two aspects. The basic criteria for nominating the Spirit of Surana award is symbolized by holistic excellence in camaraderie and performance. The participants in the competitions shall cast the votes for the team that epitomizes the Spirit of Surana based upon the 4 points, that is excellence of intellect and astuteness in argumentation, spirited and healthy competition, team solidarity, and goodwill and harmony with other teams. So here you can see that you will be required to nominate your opponents, which you're going to see in both the preliminary rounds, or you can nominate your own side. For the goodwill and harmony, we prefer that the teams choose your opponent teams so that you can nominate a very good team who has been participated with a very good spirit in this competition. I hope all of you have understood the rules of the competition, and we wish all of you the very best and have a happy voting. Now I'll be able to answer your queries. And finally, I would request all the participants to turn on your camera so that the OC team can take a picture of screenshot for our records. So any queries, I'll be able to answer you.
Participants, do you have any queries? Then you can clarify with the sir.
I think TC10 had a query earlier.
So you clarified.
Thank you.
So I hope there are no further queries.
Okay, if there are no queries, then we may wind up the session now and look forward to meet you all during the first preliminary round session later today evening.
Thank you, sir, for simplifying the regulations. With that, we come to the end of orientation. I would like to thank the participants for your patience and cooperation. Wishing you all the very best for the competition. You may now exit the call.
Thank you all. All the best.